Good morning, everybody. I'm on 30 minutes earlier because I'm here by myself. I have the house to myself. Greg is at his girlfriend's and Scott has left for work. So I thought I would come on. We haven't done this in a very long time. And it's the Dirty Dozen, which we're going to do 12 prompts on a piece of either mixed media or watercolor paper. And then we're going to cut it up and make postcards. And I would like to swap postcards made from this Dirty Dozen. So we'll probably have postcards and then maybe a few ATCs that we can swap. Good morning, Angie. So if you would like to play along, all you'll need is a large piece of paper. You can even use cereal box. If you've got a cereal box, you might want to use that. And we're going to pick a deck of prompt cards out of here. But first, let me ask y'all, who sent me chick magnets? I haven't opened them yet. They would stick on my desk here, but they'd be too close to the ground. And I'm afraid the cats would think they were tasty morsels. I need a knife or something because this tape is really stuck. So I'm not sure who sent me the chick magnets, but they came Amazon Prime yesterday. I'm afraid I'm going to cut myself with these scissors. Don't watch, Angie. Whoa! Oh, he popped out. Look at that. My desk is stuff chicks like. So there's all the little chick magnets. He's looks like he's got his head on backwards. That's okay. That one, it's like he's looking over his shoulder. So there's these little chicks. And then this is a little tiny book. Sure, they're cute and fluffy, but there's more to these chicks than meets the eye. Fun-loving and adventurous, these chicks have their own unexpected interests and hobbies that make them unique. On the following pages, you'll get a glimpse into the inner lives of these lovable puffballs, enjoying a wide range of activities from skydiving to hat shopping to shake their tail feathers. Brian likes to play jazz, and he's one of the little chicks. So this is Brian. And then the other little chick, that's Amy. She likes to sing in the rain. See, look. Isn't that funny? Kevin. We don't have another yellow chick. So I guess we'll make one of these green ones, Kevin. Kevin likes pretending to be a pirate. And then Janet likes watching chick flicks. This will be Janet right here. So look, Janet, there you are. That's hilarious. Whichever Janet's watching. All right. Michael here. Michael likes exploring. And Terry likes going to museums. Oh, I've got more. Andy likes wearing his sunglasses at night. I wear my sunglasses at night because I can. Kathy likes shaking her tail feathers. I've got more stories in here than I have chicks. Alex likes sunbathing. Sue likes gardening. Jeff likes lifting weights. Lisa likes shopping for hats. George likes skydiving. Bonnie likes counting the stars. Designed by Jason Kaiser, edited by Jennifer Lexikowski, and the text was set in Avener. Cute. Stuff chicks like. So this is the stuff all these chicks like. So let's see, where can I put the chick magnets for right now? Oh, I can put them on my cart here. They'll stick to the cart. There we go. You guys have to make room for your friends here. I can't leave them here because as soon as I walk away, they will become fodder for cats. Aren't they cute? So now the box is really cute too. And it has a window in it. I might save this for a future, maybe a journal page, and make this a pocket that I could put things in. I don't know. I want to save it. I'll put it with my cardboard over there. All right. So now we need to pick a deck. I have several decks of cards that we've made with prompt games. So there's that one. These were the prompts that, let's see, other people made. So I made some duplicates of some of the originals because what I did is I sent a bunch of them to my winner. So the ones I made say Aunt Beck on them. And then Nola Harris made this. I wonder if Nola's still doing videos. I didn't see anything. J Peppy 01, Johnny made that one. So yeah, that was one I made. But I had a contest or challenge where everybody made some cards and then sent them to me. So some of the folks on here, it might be fun to use these because then we could check back in with some people we haven't heard from in a while. But I was going to just show you, this was also a deck I made from different prompt games, and then I watercolored the back. This one's a pretty deck too. So see, I make my own decks. And then here's a small deck made from painty paper. Not painty paper, but from a Dirty Dozen game. And I cut them real small. And this deck I made using the little cat stamp that I made. And I just stamped it 3 times on each one. And so don't be afraid to go through your own supplies and make your own decks of cards. This is the start of the deck I was doing with Kylie Koo, where you did a card for stillness and you did a card to breathe. These were like themed cards. Self-love, relax, and calm. Oh, there's one more. So Kylie Koo does that kind of self-care, self-help, relaxation type things. And I was playing along with her, but I never finished them. I love, that's my favorite card. So I know I'm on early. I'm going to put these all in. We're going to use the big deck that was created for a challenge I did years ago. Ages. And the rest of these we'll put aside. So let's shake these up here. And we'll just spread them out. And I'm just going to randomly pick 12 prompts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, the rest of these we'll set aside in case we get a prompt we don't like, because we've done that before. And I'm not going to hold you to, you have to do every prompt. If something comes up that you don't like, let me know, and I will draw another card for you from the deck that's off to the side over there. Or you can just do a free thingamajig. So we're going to go from the top down here. Let's see what we get for the first one. The first one says add some fiber. And this was by Mary Hill. We did this contest in May of 2017. So I haven't heard from Mary Hill in a while, and I know that she was battling cancer. So I hope that she is okay. And if Mary's out there, if Mary Hill is out there that made this card, please let us know how you're doing. So I need to add some fiber. So how fitting is this? I have scraps behind me. I'll just grab them, bring them over here, and I'll just glue these down. Let's see. Wonder. I'm going to use the Scotch Quick Dry. I think it'll work with fabric. Let's see. I'm going to try using Scotch Quick Dry because it does dry quickly. And I'm sorry about the shadows. It is early morning. And we can open this curtain. I don't think that's going to help any because there's no light outside yet, but it's all right. I'm just going to glue these down now. Because this is the fiber, it will probably cause me some issues when cutting them out, but we'll see. I have a silicone spreader thingamajig here that I might use to spread this glue out a little bit. But we hadn't done a dirty dozen in a long time, and I thought it would be fun this morning. So here we are. My hands aren't quite awake, and I might have to, after I get these glued down, I'll have to run get me a cup of coffee. I haven't had my second cup of coffee. Yes, I drink too much coffee. But I checked my blood sugar this morning, and it was only 89. So if I want coffee, I'm going to have it. So if I get out of shot, holler at me. I am going to try to be better about checking chat. I don't want to use these great big pieces. I want to use the scrappy bits. Let's not try to spread glue on a great big piece like that. I'll save those pieces for another project, the ones that are sewn strips. That's from where I was trimming off things. This one will work here. We can use this one here. Yeah, everybody's sleeping. I am on early, so nobody's expecting me to be on. And that's okay. When people come in, if they want to play along, I can go back through the prompts and let them know what they need to do. They can write them down. And I'll come back and put the prompts in the description box for anybody that wants to play along. Because my games, when I decide to do a dirty dozen, they take some time because it's 12 prompts. But I figured if I started early, we could be done before Janet and Dee Dee come on. So there's that. Do we have another piece that's kind of big? Stick that right there. I got way too much glue there. Stick this in the glue here. It's not wanting to stick. Well, it's sticking to my sweater sleeve. Let me move the stuff over there. And I'll quit fighting with the fabric. Good morning. Hi, Carlana. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Oh my goodness, how wonderful to see you. And I noticed Vicky C popped into Mary's last night, and we hadn't seen her in ages. So that was nice to see her pop in. And it's wonderful when somebody that used to watch all the time, that's been a lurker lately, pops in to say hello to us. That's always awesome. Now I'm grabbing the pieces I've already glued down. So the first prompt is add some fiber. So here I am gluing down tiny little pieces of fabric that'll probably get buried under everything else, but that's okay. It adds texture. And I'll probably have to go wash my hands, because sticky things on my hands is okay for a little while, but then it starts getting next to me. I don't know. It's weird. I can go work in the garden and get just absolutely covered in dirt from head to toe and just be happy as a clam. But glue, things that are sticky, not so much. Not so much my favorite thing. Little piece of cotton yarn there, maybe. Scott remembered his toolbox today, so I won't, his tool bag, so I won't have to stop everything and run down to Batesburg, Leesville to take him his tools for the day, or his work ID. Can't believe he forgot that on Friday. Was it Friday or? Yeah, I think it was Friday or Thursday or Friday. I don't know. These are just where I was making those chicken butt coasters and using some other scraps up. So that's where all this fiber came from. And if you've never done a prompt game with me, I'll have a mess here on my desk by the time I'm finished, because I will have pulled out so much stuff. Because it has been a while since we've done one. I'm saving some of these other pieces. And you don't have to cover the thing in fabric. I just want to make sure there's a little bit on each little piece, because I'm going to make some postcards out of this. I don't even know what size this paper is. I didn't think to measure it this morning. It's too early yet to think about measuring. So we'll glue this down here, maybe. All right, we might call that good enough, because this is going to take forever to glue or whatever, as she grabs another piece to glue down. Let's see. I can hear some of the planes have started taking off from the airport. Our airport gets most of its flights early morning, afternoon, and then way late at night. Like, you can land in Columbia at like 1 a.m. or whatever, and there won't be a soul in that airport. You have to walk through. There might be one security guard in there when you land. It's crazy. I know, because I've had to do that before. I had to go out to Nashville for some training one time. And I got to Charlotte, which is only like a little over an hour and a half from me, if that. And they didn't have a plane that was in working shape on the deck or the lanes, whatever they're called at an airport. So they went digging and they pulled a plane out that had been in storage. Now that was a scary ride home because it had that aeronautical like duct tape holding the plane together. Talk about nerve-wracking. That was scary, watching that flap on your window right next to you on the way back. And of course it was a small plane, what they used to call, almost a puddle jumper. It was a tight fit, and I had this great big muscular guy sitting next to me, and he more than filled up his chair, but it was all muscle. And I was afraid to move or fall asleep or anything because I didn't want to invade his space. I haven't flown a lot in my lifetime. I can probably count the times on my two hands that I've flown, but it was usually for going to visit my grandmother before she died in 1992, or training for jobs that ended up being nightmares. Sometimes when they offer to send you somewhere for all this wonderful training and you think you're going to get trained up and it's going to be great, and it's not. But you don't know that until you go through it. So life is all about tribulations and trials, isn't it? All right, I'm going to call that's my added fiber. Like I said, you do not have to cover the thing. And I can save this for another project. So I'm using some of my bits on this morning. All right, I'm going to pull the next prompt, and then I'll go grab my cup of coffee. So the next prompt is from Wendy Harvey, the Reused Muse. I'm going to have to look her up, see if she's still around. Incorporate packaging you would normally throw away. So does that mean I need to use some of my little chick magnet box? It says packaging that you would normally throw away. So go dig around for some packaging. Nobody's going to fess up to who sent the chick magnets. Somebody sent me chick magnets. Good morning, Lala. How are you? All right, I'm going to cut this up and glue it down. I'll keep this part to make some kind of journal thingamabob because I just think it's hilarious. Let me go grab my coffee while y'all are working on that. And yes, I'm washing my hands. Scott made the coffee this morning, and he only made like 2 cups of coffee. So one for him, one for me. And I was like, man, I wanted more coffee than 1 cup. So I get 2 more cups if I want them. I probably won't drink that other cup, but we'll see. Okay. I guess what I'll need to do after this game is I'll go back and see if these channels are still around. I think Reuse Muse is the one who won the deck of cards, and I made a box for him and everything. Oh, JL, it was you. Thank you. They're cute. I thought it was really cute that they all have their stories of what they do. Those are cute. Greg told me, I had noticed there was a package on the porch as Scott and I were pulling, out of the driveway. And I sent Greg a message, package on the porch. And so he just went out and opened it and came in. And he said, it wasn't for me, but I opened it. I was like, well, you didn't even look at the address? He's no. He was in the middle of making something with wine to take to his girlfriends. So he always likes to cook. So she got a nice meal last night. All right, I'm going to glue these down here. You're going back to bed. All right. I'm just putting a glob of glue on the back, hoping they'll, get held down. So has everybody got their taxes done? Tomorrow's the day. We got ours done Saturday. Woohoo! Nothing like waiting till the last minute. But they're done, thankfully. My brother-in-law took my mother-in-law's to an accountant, so hers got done. She was telling us how much they charged her to do the taxes. And we're like, well, they got to get paid. I mean, it's their time. And just think about how many people they do, taxes for. I mean, it's what they do for a living, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Carlana. We were afraid because one of Scott's retirement accounts, they were insisting that he cash out because they weren't going to manage it anymore. So that's what we used to fix our house. We had to have the subfloor repaired. I mean, it's been a nightmare. Scott said he's going to start working on fixing the floor in the hallway next weekend. So progress will start getting made on getting the floor down. I just really pushed to have this room have its floor back down and just have my creative space where I could get into it and create, because it's the only way I would mentally be able to cope with the rest of the floors being torn up. When we get the front room all done, it's going to be so nice because the whole room will get new flooring. We have to rip up the rest of the flooring in there because we bought enough of the Bruce flooring to redo the entire front room. And yeah. So we'll have to do that. Let's see if I can. And I think there's another space where we're going to have to replace some of the subfloor as well. We'll just have to be careful we don't mess up that membrane they put down under the house to, reduce the moisture. So we don't do this again, because the dry rot was caused from Greg keeping the house too cold in the summer. Because we would come down the 5 years that we didn't live here, we would come down in the summer like every other weekend to check on the house and that kind of stuff. And he'd have the house like at 60 degrees. And we was like, you can't keep it that cold. And we kept telling him to stop doing it, but he didn't understand. And that's where the dry rot happened. And I mean, it rotted the subfloor, the main seal down the middle of the house. They had to put in new supports under the house. And it was a mess. I'm glad that's behind me. And I don't want that to happen again. It does unnerve me that we have a dehumidifier now that's under the house. And you guys, that thing runs constantly. And oh my gosh, it worries me about what that's going to cost in the long run. Rich folks don't think about that kind of thing. They just pay somebody to fix it. Well, we're not in that pay scale, okay? We're about living as tight as we can. Not that we're, we have a roof over our head, food's in our belly, clothes on our body. So all the basics are taken care of. Hi, Teresa. But if we lose any more of our retirement, Scott's like, I guess I'm going to have to work till I'm 80. I'm not going to have any time off to enjoy my hard years. So. And rich folks just don't get it. And they truly don't care about the little guy at all. They'll laugh, make fun of them. And we're nothing but peons to them. Just a tool to be used and thrown away. I guess I should get off that because, yeah, it's bordering political. All right, let's see. All right, I'm almost done with the incorporate packaging. What was it? Incorporate packaging you would normally throw away. And that was by the Reused Muse. And I will go and see if these channels that participated in this challenge that I did, or contest, or whatever it was, I can't remember how I worded it, but I'll see if the channels are still active. And if they are, I'll put a link to their channel so you guys can go find them. I think the Reused Muse is the one that won the deck of cards. All right, so this is what we have so far. And again, we're going to cut these up into postcards. So if you're playing along or you would like to swap postcards, please let me know and I'll send you one of these. I don't know how many we'll have. We'll probably have 4 postcards. Let's see, how big is this piece here? That's 15 by 11 by 15. I'll have to think on that. All right. Good morning to Teresa. Let's see here. This is a pretty card. Oh, Debbie Vignola. And she's got use washi tape. Now, we're going to have a lot of stuff on here already. Let me see if I can find my washi tape jars. Here's one. Maybe at some point, Scott will get my desktop rigged up, and I can have my jars on my desk again. Let's see, what do we want to use? Let's use some of this black and white spotted just to add some interest. And I will probably put a little glue down. Maybe glue stick would be better for this. Hang on. Glue. All right. Washi tape time. Let me get it started. All right. Let's see here. And then I can stick that. Because washi tape is not meant to be a permanent adhesive. That's why I'm going to go ahead and put some of this glue here. Uh-oh. I watched a short with Dan Rather and Cyndi Lauper, and she was talking about Girls Just Want to Have Fun, the song that she did back in the 90s, 80s. She's my girl. I love Cyndi Lauper. But she said it was written by a man, and that she wasn't going to sing a song that was written, against women so blatantly, is basically what I read into it. So she rewrote it. And we all know how popular that song was. But I found it very interesting how she made it into more of a female song than something written by a man. Ooh, that tore funny. My washi is kind of old because I don't think we use it very often. I'm not a big washi tape user. And I actually remembered to plug my wire in so that hopefully you guys won't lose me this morning. Greg will eventually come in because I don't think Rachel is off today, so she has to go to work here shortly. Well, traffic's picked up. Everybody's having to get to work. I hear everything: planes, trains, automobiles. I'm just so close to the two major intersections or interstates, I-26 and 77. So once the day gets started, and then we've got the 12th Street extension right out from the neighborhood, and it gets loud where everybody's trying to get on 26 or 77. So yeah. Good morning, Safia. So we are on our third prompt. Let me see if I can remember them without looking. Well, this one's washi tape. This is the third prompt. And then the first prompt was fiber. And the second prompt was use packaging that you would normally throw in the trash. And this may also contain cat hair because they usually sleep up here. Just saying. And I'm going to cut this up into postcards and maybe some ATCs to swap. Oh, adding some additional fiber there. Good enough. Maybe a piece up here. A little piece. I'll be glad when we get a little color on here. Oh. But we haven't done anything arty in a while on here. So I thought, why not? Why not? All right, I'm going to say good enough on the washi tape. Put that back in this old, this is an old like tongue depressor jar. Isn't that cool? So that'll go over there now. All right, so this one was one that I copied, but it was made by Melissa Bishop, and she's 70 Acre Studio. Oh boy, she wants us to add glitter. Oh boy. Okay, Melissa, you and your glitter. Let's see. I have glitter. And I should probably try to use it up. Because I have a ton of this crazy glitter. Which is unfortunate. It may get lost in, you know, when we put other things down. And this is a shaker. But I think I'm just going to put some, and then we'll just, I may regret this in a huge way. But we'll see. Yep, I may regret this. All right, let me get a piece of paper. I actually need just like a piece of it. Use the back of this shawl pad. I had a pretty shawl. I printed it off. Maybe that's something I'll start. I decided to stop working on that black and white and red thing that I started the other day. All right. Woo! That's crazy. I knew it would be. It's sticking to some of the washi tape where I got too much glue on the washi tape, but it is but a layer. So yeah, there's that. Let's see if I can. not make a mess. You shake out all of that and then you go put it back and it's like you didn't even use any. I might keep that out. I might add some glitter at the end. Who knows? Let's see. That worked pretty good. I've added glitter. I do believe 70 Acre Studios is still a going concern on YouTube. She's up in North Carolina. All right. So here's my hot mess. I may regret that. I'm attempting a new Weight Watchers flatbread recipe. They call it a naan, but it probably more like a pita bread. Just yogurt and flour, 1 point per flatbread. So you cook it in like a skillet. Thanks for the heart. I saw it pop up. All right. So now this one says, designs by MJM on Facebook, Mimi's Musings on YouTube, or Maryanne's Creative Mix blog. And she says, frame with washi tape. So I guess we'll save this until the end because I'll use it to put a frame around, the individual postcards. Frame with washi tape. I'm going to set that up at the top. So we're not going to do that right now. We'll do it after we cut this apart. So the next one doesn't have a name on this side, and it is from Sheila Bates, Crafting Up with Sheila. Crafting Up with Sheila. Add a sticker. Add a sticker. And her address is on here. So I'm trying to figure out how I can cover that up. There we go. So add a sticker. I'm not a real big sticker person, so let me see. I don't know if there's any room left to add a sticker. You know what I do? I have sentiments. They're stickers. And it could just be some stuff that looks like words in the background, couldn't it? Let's get me some of the ones that I have made up myself, maybe. I don't know. I'm rethinking. I'm just going to use some Tim Holtz little words here. This says, this is happiness. So I'm going to use some stickers and just use them up. And then all you need is love. It says sweetheart. This one says, I can, I will. And there's a joyful. So there'll be hidden messages. Shine your way. You warm my heart. Love is everything. Our love is like a song. Let's see. I need a nice long area because this says give thanks with a grateful heart. maybe right here. Love lives here. Home is where the heart is. Happy together. Let's see, always and forever. Love this. This is Coffee and Friends, warms the heart. Oh, reminding me I have coffee. Good morning, Janet Nash. Let's see. This says Our Story. And again, some of these are probably get covered up, but that's okay. That's what makes mixed media fun. No greater love. Making memories. The details. So hidden messages and glitter coming off everywhere. This one says, ever since I met you. That could be good or bad, hey? Let's see. I feel so lucky today. Let's see. Being with you calms my soul. We'll stick that message in here. I may have to clear coat these just so everything stays stuck down. So I think that's pretty good for adding a sticker. We just added a whole bunch of sayings. So now it's got hidden messages. All right. So for those coming in, we're doing a dirty dozen. So 12 prompts. And this is like 11 by 15 or something like that. And the prompts so far are add some fiber, incorporate packaging you would normally throw away, use washi tape, add glitter, add a sticker. But before we did add a sticker, we'd also pulled frame with washi tape, but I'm saving that till the end to frame my postcards. All right, so here we go. This is another one that I made a card to hold a prompt somebody else sent in. So I made the card, but the prompt was sent in by Weenie Lang. Ooh, she wants us to add a feather. Add a feather. How can we do that for a postcard? Just, add a feather. I don't think I have a stencil. I'm trying to think, how can I add a feather? Doodle feathers. It's going to be hard with all this glitter. I was thinking if I had a stencil, then I could just put it down and tap some paint on it. I guess I could doodle some feathers. Let me think on this. What can I do? What can I do? Somewhere I have feathers that I could maybe put paint on and plop them down. Looking for the box of feathers because there is an entire box of feathers. Have a feather. Let me. kind of looking very St. Patrick's Day at this point. I'm looking for the yellow paint. Some yellow paint. Do you want to go outside, Carol? Do you want to go outside? No. She's looking at me like, no, not really, but I'll go. She won't stay long because it's chilly this morning. All right, I'm going to attempt just painting a feather. I don't think I do. I wish I don't know. Everything, yeah. So we'll just do. That's going to have to do. I'll just put some little yellow feathers here and there. They look more like leaves because I'm not putting enough things on them. That looks more feather-like. So just set that over there for inspiration. An inspirational feather is on the table. So did y'all see the postage stamps are going up again in July? This feather's kind of dense here. Sorry, I'm going quiet. I'm painting. The folks down the street got a new roof yesterday. So somebody was probably doing a side job trying to make a little extra money. With it being a Sunday. I could always come back when this dries and put some lines in these feathers to, give them some. I think this might be the last feather. So I've made an effort to get a feather on each one, and if I cut them apart and there's not a feather on a postcard, I can always just go ahead and paint a feather on it. I'm going to have to go rinse this real quick. So I guess I need to look for a stencil that's of a feather. Okay. These dirty dozens, they always look a little dodgy. Oh, lasagna. I have not had lasagna in like forever. We need to use that yellow paint up that's on the table here. I've got a canvas that's got waste on it. So what I'm going to set my piece aside, and I'm just going to run the edge of this through that yellow paint. These are the size board canvases that I do and mail them out. And I have a list of people that wanted to get one. And then with the floor madness and all, see, now that has a border. I've lost my list, so bear with me until I find it. I think Annalise was next in the list of folks that wanted one. And I think I have to contact her for her address. So either this size or the next size up. And they do charge me to, because they're stiff, you have to pay like it's a package is all. So it cost me like $7 to mail this. And they'll charge me like $25 to mail it overseas. So when I do an overseas one, I have to do it on cardboard or watercolor paper. All right, so that edged up those two. And I did find a postcard board that I'd already done here. And what I'll do is I put a piece of white paper on the back for the addresses, and then I just print the label off. Be like cactus, get plenty of sunshine and stay sharp. So that's going to go out to whoever's next on the list. Let me just move that feather, spread this yellow out a little bit. There we go. All right, back to it. Yeah, because that lasagna is very carb heavy. All right, the next pretty card is made by Wendy Harvey, Reused Muse. Oh, make an image transfer. In this case, I used the packing tape technique. I am going to draw another one because I don't have time to do that. But if you want to do that, you can make an image transfer. I think I have some someplace, but I'm not sure where they are right now. If you've never done that, you just put packing tape over like a magazine image, just rub it down, and then you take water and remove the paper from the back, and the actual image sticks to the tape, and then you can use it. I'm going to set that aside. Maybe that can be added later. And I'm going to grab another card from our deck. This one was made by me, but the prompt came from Debbie Vignola. Oh, we've already done that prompt. Never mind. It was add fiber again. All right, this is from Samara Alahar. Use gesso in the middle of the project. So just use some gesso in the middle of your project. So I have to visualize where the postcards are, and I'm just going to gesso out an area. Maybe I'll just use gesso through a stencil. Hi, Mary. So I'm just going to use some black gesso through a stencil on certain areas. And I got to let Callie back in because, you know, she's a cat. She can't decide. But I do want to do like a full-on shape. Let's see. Let me get my big binder of stencils. And I like the idea of a circle. And luckily, that's the one that's right on top. And it says to use gesso. I'm going to use black gesso. This glitter is going to be everywhere, you guys. Absolutely everywhere. Thanks, Melissa. Anyway. It's all Melissa's fault. She said, do this. All right. Need to take a sip of my coffee. I don't know what number we're up to, but I'm going to write out in the description box all of the prompts we used. You can just take them and use them in any way you want. If you want to reorder them to a way it works for you better, more power to you. But this one says use gesso in the middle of the project, which can lead to some interesting things if you use it as your place to put your focal image. Black gesso is so cool. All right. I'm thinking I will use the circle that's like right there. Maybe put one right there. And I'm probably going to get glitter in my, and yes, I'm covering up some of the words. I should probably put some of this out on the table so that I don't contaminate my gesso with this glitter, because it's all up in that sponge now. So I'm going to visualize that that's a postcard, and maybe like right here could be one. But let me scoop some of that gesso out because I do not want to mess this up. I'll just put a blob up here on my drop paper. Certainly that should be enough. Callie, honey, you just came in and it's too cold to have the door open. Okay. This has been some interesting prompts. Lots of dimension. And then maybe we'll do one that's kind of off the side. Because we don't know exactly where it's going to hit. Let's do one right here. Oh, the reason I was telling you about the roof getting done down the street, it's like, oh, now we have to hope and pray we don't get a flat tire. Because, you know, when they take the old shingles off, they're not real careful about, and they can't control when the nails fall out of the those carts that they use to take the shingles off. Sorry, I'm off, but I'm afraid of getting in the gesso I just globbed out there. I might have to open up another canvas just to get this gesso used up. I hate to waste it because the gesso is rather expensive. And JL is fessed up and said she's the one that sent the chick magnets to me, which I thought they were hilarious. I should have known it was JL. One of the Thursday, Friday crafters. All right. I'm going to call that good enough. And I'm going to leave that sponge there. I'm just going to throw my stencil in the sink. For those coming in, I will try to find the folks that still have channels that I'm using their prompts. I'm going to open another small board here. I'd like to get that list completed of the people that wanted a piece of my art in the mail. They do charge me that these are packages, but that's okay. I'm not going to keep this sponge because it's full of glitter. But I want to use up this gesso. And that'll give the gesso on my project time to dry. Oh, this feels so gritty with that glitter in it. No, Callie. No, don't jump up. Greg will probably be coming in here soon. As Scott said, my grandfather would say, we didn't all sleep here last night. Thank you guys for subbing and leaving a thumbs up. That's awesome. Thank you. So this has got quite a bit of texture on it. I'm running out of places to set things to dry. All right, and I'm just going to pitch this stuff here. What a mess. I am making quite the mess. All right. I'm going to take some of this paper towels and just scoop this up. I don't need Callie jumping up here and getting covered. Let's see. Who have I missed? I see Mary's come in. Oh, this is a mess. Hi, Pam. So whether these dark spots will end up on any of my postcard, I'm okay with that. I did the prompt. Use gesso in the middle of the project. So, yep, we've used gesso in the middle of the project. All right, the next pretty card was made by somebody else, and it was made by Maggie Lockley, and she wrote, add water crayons. Add water crayons. So water soluble. Now, where did I put my water solubles? I'm going to have to pull my carts out so I can see. Oh, don't knock the paintbrushes off with the light. That's the beautiful thing about these being on wheels, is I can pull things out and get to other things. Let's see. Oh, I have some Vicky Boutin. And I'm just going to add some on here. It doesn't say to put them wet. If you don't want to, I can just color with the crayons. I picked these up at Tuesday morning. So, man, I've got a lot of, well, let's use the 2 crayons that stayed in the box. They chose themselves. Ooh, that glitter. I guess I could get a paintbrush and spread this color around some if we want to. I got to remember I've got this other color I also want to use, but all right. Let's put some of this on here. Should I add water? What do you guys think? Should we go ahead and add water to move the color around a little? What do y'all think? Add water or no? Yes. Janet says yes. Yes, add water. Oh, my nose is itching. My grandmother would say, company's coming or you're going to kiss a fool. My fool went to work. No, I didn't say that out loud. I didn't use the out of my head voice. Sometimes even when I don't say something, it comes right across my face. I'm not real good at hiding, whatever's going through my brain. All right, let me go. I'll just go get some water in a cup, and we'll spread this art crayon bits about. He's coming with a hole in his britches. Oh gosh, that means he's going to want you to repair his britches. There was I was at Joann's before they doing the big clothes, and there was a guy behind me, and he said, "Oh, you sew?" And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Do you make repairs?" And I'm like, "Nope." He said, "Everybody says that." I'm like, "Well, if you sew for yourself, making repairs is like not real high on the priority list." Get some water here. We'll get some color on these postcards. So if you do the prompt game and you create postcards, just let me know and I'll swap a postcard with you. And these can go, regular mailish. Let's see. This one might be the easiest to clean. And I'm not sure. I think this was in a thrifted bag of brushes. I don't want to use a good brush on it, All right. Oh. The head of this brush is loose. It's spinning. We might clean up some of the glitter while we're at it. Or spread it around some more. I was watching a lady, I can't remember her channel now. Oh, I got some black in it, but you know what? We're just going to go with it. And she was talking about crocheting socks. And she was recommending this, a different Vicki Brown than our Vicki Brown. I'm pretty sure it's a different one. But she has some patterns on her Ravelry for crocheted socks. And I think I have a book on crocheted socks, but I haven't pulled it out to try it yet. Or maybe I tried starting a sock and it was turning out huge. I'm vaguely remembering a spiral heel. Trying not to get in that black again. But you never know. You just have to keep going with these games. You might think I've ruined it. Just keep going. Don't try to fix it. Just keep going. It'll fix itself in some way or another. And we still have a few more prompts. And we don't know what they are because we haven't looked yet. I am trying to break down the little smudgy areas a little bit, spreading that color around. Oh, bye. Have fun at lunch. I'll see you later if you have time at Stitch Group. Mondays we have a get together to sit and crochet or stitch or do whatever. Uh-oh, is that coming loose now? Definitely spreading the glitter around. Let's see, how am I doing? Oh, it's only 7:30. I thought that piece of crochet cotton was some red crayon. So let's see, in the description box, I'm going to put the prompts if you want to do them. And I'm also going to go research all the channels that I've used that participated and see if they're still out there. I know Melissa is still going at 70 Acre Studios. At least I think she is. Because I think I saw her on somebody else's channel. It's 7:24 here. I like that rich red color. My little yellow feathers look kind of lost here, but I put them on. You all watched me do it. So if you've got some things you picked up at Tuesday morning before they closed, crayons or whatever, pull them out and use them up. I know you can't replace them because they're gone, but that's all right. Some of the products you can still get in other places. I saw Cheap Joe's is actually selling the featured store art that was done by the owner and the people that work there up at the, the stores that are closing. I guess in Charlotte and can't remember the other. I think the lesson there is you should have a plan of when a disaster happens, of plan for a disaster the best you can so that nope. I knew you were going to do that. That's why I cleaned up the paint. Honey, I don't have a basket up here. It's over there. I took the basket down. Oh, I got in the black a little bit. It's adding character. Adding character. Whew. Why did I put crayon everywhere? Now I got to spread it out. Ooh, that glitter. I just keep saying, ooh, that glitter, because it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Uh-oh, some of the stickers are coming up from the moisture. Might have to glue them back down. Whoops. That washi's coming up too. Might have to glue it back down. I'm moving glitter everywhere. I figured we'd do art this Monday morning. I usually do stitch update, but I haven't done any stitching. I've been goofing off, going thrifting with Scott and going thrifting by myself since I was out of the house. Went to see Scott's mom yesterday. She's doing all right. All right, we might say good enough on the trying to spread this around because I'm just getting glitter everywhere. Let's see if I can pick up some of this red and move it over in here and get this colored up a little bit. So we have a little bit of something. It looks very pink with St. Patrick's Day threw up on it, and we're way away from St. Patrick's Day now. All right, so there we go. That was the Add Water crayons. All right, again, this is a card that I made to replace a card that somebody else made. Add some tape, Mary Hill. So she wants us to add some more washi tape. But you know what? I'll set that aside, and I'm going to draw another one from the deck over here because we've already put washi tape on, and we've got to frame with washi tape is set aside. This one was done by Lillie Martin. Add number or numbers. So add a number or numbers. I'm looking for something. Let's see if we can make any of these work. Still sounds liquid. I think the tip is completely dried up though. Well, that's not going to work. Let me think. Ooh, this one we get some paint out of. Uh-oh. That first three wasn't mixed up enough is what happened there. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry you're suffering with a migraine. I used to get those when I was doing management. They're no fun. I used to get cluster headaches where it would feel like it was raining down over your forehead. That's when I decided I'll never do management ever again, ever. All right, next pretty card was made by Lottie F. Add a butterfly to your project. So I'm going to save that so I can put a butterfly on each postcard and then frame it with washi tape. So the last one is a little dog, and it was made by Lori Seabrook, who I haven't heard from Lori Seabrook in a long time. Make a rainbow. Make a rainbow. Make a rainbow. Everything's so wet and glittery. I hate to do anything that touches it. Make a rainbow. Make a rainbow. Make a rainbow. Well, let's see here. We'll grab. These will be close enough. All right. All right, I'm just going to put a rainbow of colors up here and try to pick them up on one brush. Let's see if I can do it. And then we'll just put some little rainbows here and there. So red. It's been a long time since I've used my paint, so they got lots of paint boogers. And I know Betsy Doodle, she saves her paint boogers and uses them. Orange. Yellow. Green. Blue. Would you believe? We'll say violet, but I don't know that it's violet. It's a purple. All right, let me see what I can do here to pick these up. I can get 3 colors at a time here. I'm losing the distinction between colors. All right, let me see if I can rinse this and now pick up the cool side of the rainbow. And we'll just add them here and there. Let's see, green, blue, and the purple. And we'll go right next to these. It's not going to be perfect. My rainbows are not as good as they could be, but close enough. It kind of looks like rainbows. We're going to go with it. Say it is. So we got a little bit of rainbow action going. Let me grab that black background that we did that's all crunchy with the glitter stuck in it. And let's just see if we can do, oh, now I've mixed it up. Good enough. That picks it up so it's not too bad off. Oh, that was our last one before we're going to cut it apart. And then we got to add a butterfly and we'll put a border of washi tape around it. So that's our dirty dozen. I know how to make Callie leave. She's not going to like me much, but Callie, I got to use the blower, honey. I'm sorry. And she's probably going to step right in this wet paint. We'll put a tissue over top of it. See. Hi, Kathy D. Good morning. If I missed you. I should have said heat gun alert. I have some paper butterflies that I could Mod Podge down onto each postcard. I have to cut them out. Uh-oh, that's coming up. I have a lot of loose glitter. I might take it and shake it over this trash can here in a minute. Let me do that real quick. That number 3 is just totally messed up. The heat gun is probably melting the glitter. That's all right. There's glitter everywhere. I'll have to get the vacuum out. But if I Mod Podge the butterflies, that'll lock everything in. So I got a little bit of rainbows on there. All right. Hopefully the cats won't knock that off. All right, I need to keep those aside there. Ooh, that's still wet. Still wet. I know. What are you doing? You're smushing them. They won't get all over my cutter. All right, postcards. I know everybody says 4 by 6, but I kind of like 3.5 by 5. They fit in photo books better. No, just go through that way. Go on. So I want the words to be the right side up. So I'm going to cut this at 5 inches along here. Let's try that again. Oh, it did it. Never mind. My bad. 3.5. 3.5 by 5. And this should be 5 here. That way I can get more postcards too. Ooh, I'm making a mess. Is that right? 3? Well, we're going to commit to it. That'll be all right. And I'm probably not going to have any ATCs, but I'll have plenty of postcards if anybody wants to swap. And these little bits, you know, we save and make a regular card with. It's going to take me forever to Mod Podge all these. It's easier to leave them whole and do it, but look at all this glitter. Can't believe my cutter is cutting through most of the fabric. Ooh, there's glitter everywhere. It's okay. You make them the size you want to make them. It's all good. I just like to make them to a size that'll fit in a photo holder, because most of the time that's where I put mine, is like in a photo book, and they're like 3.5 by 5. So I have enough for a couple cards, or 1 card, and all these here. Let's see if we can. It's not wanting to come loose from the surfaces. Now we got to add butterflies to all of these. All of these. I don't know if I've had, let's see. One. Uh-oh. One. Two. Three. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And 9. So I have one for me, and I can swap with 8 people. Isn't that cool? All right, so I guess I need to do the washi borders. I'll go ahead and do those first, and they can be drying while we cut out butterflies. Need to watch my time. It's 7:58. So a washi border was something we set aside, which could be interesting. Let's see, something with a narrow strippies. I'd like something that almost reads as solid, I think. Like there's that. I don't know if I've got enough to do all 9 cards, though. Let's do those 2 greens. All right. So I'm going to do a border. Doesn't have to be perfect. Ooh. Oh, man. Can you say you got too much glue, Becky? I know you can. It's all okay. All right. So there's my messy washi border. All right. I'll trim some of this away. I know I'm making a mess. It's going to be okay. That blooming glitter. How is your traveling chicken, Becky? She's sitting over there waiting for me to sew. She's pecking her beak at my sewing machine going, "You're supposed to be making a dragon that sits on your shoulder." You guys, I only have those 3 projects left. in my bin of 21 works in progress that have been UFOs for way too long. What is it? A skirt, a pair of pants, and the dragon. That's all I got left in that bin of stuff. And then I know I can go and create a new bin of unfinished projects. That really did hold me to task. I need to get back on that. But now I'm looking out in the yard of all this stuff that's overgrowing that needs to be cut back. And I would really like to grow some vegetables this year. So I've got to set up new garden beds. I need to be out there planting salad greens. I mean, you can plant lettuce even when it's cold. It actually prefers it. Once it starts getting hot, lettuce will bolt. So you need to plant that now, at least here. Maybe next month everywhere else. And when you plant your radishes, my grandmother always mixed the radish seeds with the carrot seeds, because then if you mix them together and you do a row of those, the radishes come up really quick and the carrots take a little bit more time to come up, and they're so tiny it's real easy to mess up and pull them, But what you do is you plant them together with the radishes, and then as you pull radishes out, you make room for the carrots to grow. And that's why my grandmother always did that way. So yeah, I need to get back and finish up some more projects. Of course, I keep starting new ones too. I need to make one more chicken butt coaster, and then I'll send those to who they're going to. And Kathy's canvas is in the mail, and I'm hoping it gets to her. I was having troubles with the label. I probably should have wrote her address on something on the inside so it would still get to her. So I'm on pins and needles about that one because that was a lot of work. Glue and glitter. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. I get these borders glued on, and we'll do one of the postcards together, adding the butterfly. But then I'll do the rest off camera because it's going to take me some time to cut out this many butterflies. I'm making a mess this morning. I'm making a mess. So now I'm wondering if I use a glossy finish, will it still kill the glitter, or is the glitter still going to be shiny? Inquiring minds want to know, because I know when I use a matte finish, it dulls the glitter so it's not so blingy. And I will trim these to fit the edges. I'm going to have to clear all this glitter off from here. I know we do, because we see somebody else doing something that looks like fun, and we just can't stop ourselves. It's just like, oh, I have to do that too. Janet will be on in about an hour. Well, the truckers are going. I heard a truck go brrrr. Scott had to teach me how to use the space-saving can opener we picked up because I was like, well, how do you use this thing? It's all folded up. And I even tried to pull it open and all. And he said it took him a minute too to figure it out. But we figured it out. So now I know how to use the Space Saver can opener that we got for next to nothing. You're playing at your desk. I really enjoyed your little mini journal page that you did. And that you've made dishcloths. Yay. That pattern is like the easiest to make, and they turn out perfect every time. Oh, somebody asked me how many rows I repeat, and I have no clue, because what I do is I just keep doing rows, and then I'll take and I'll fold the dishcloth corner to corner. And if it doesn't fold and make a nice triangle, I know I need to add a few more rows to reach a perfect square. Like when you make cabinets and you want to make sure they're square, you actually measure corner to corner to see if they are, the X is the same distance all the way around. So that's basically what I do to figure out if my dishcloths are getting close. And see, I'm not even caring if I'm covering up the word stickers or anything. I could go back and add, a fresh message to the front of this. Stop it. Howard, stop. They want me to open the door and just let them go in and out. But the problem with that is it's cold this morning. Now don't walk off. I came over here and opened it. For a little while, I'll leave it open. Go on. You're being a little butthead. All right. I got 2 more of these to put the borders on. And then I need to clean this tip before I put the cover back on it, because it is covered in glitter. Hi, Diane. Good morning. Or near the end of the day for you. Here we're all just getting up and going. And we did a Dirty Dozen game, and I'm just finishing up the postcards. And I will put all the prompts that were pulled, and you guys put them in the order that you want to do them. I'm not going to put them in order that I did them. If you want to see what the order was when I did them, you can watch from the beginning and play along. Now, see, if I was going to do this and reorder them, I would do the Bloomin' Glitter last. And just add a touch of maybe glitter glue that could, sit on top. In fact, I might add a bit of glitter glue as a tail for the butterfly, or a glitter pen. Yeah. Because this is that chunky glitter that I'm hoping I can get to calm down before they go in the mail, or this glitter will be everywhere in the mailbox. All right, last one. And then I'll pull the butterflies out, and we'll put one butterfly on with some Mod Podge. I'll have to put some Mod Podge into a cup or something, making sure I got the glitter off before I put my little top back on. I ripped that thing off from there because that was just driving me crazy. The little leash. Oh, glitter. My sister, the art teacher, she calls glitter the herpes of the art world. It never goes away. I know. TMI, TMI. Those 2 magazines I bought, yep, I already had them. So I'm giving them to my sister. She said she'd gladly take them. And one of them's got the ceramics in it. So she'll find that interesting since she's a ceramicist, potter. She's a potter. All right, so let me grab the butterflies and we'll cut one out. Glitter, glitter everywhere. Let's see here. See, I have these. Callie. All right. And these are a just like a decoupage sheet. And I'm definitely not going to use the one that has all that ribbon attached to it. But we'll use these here. So there's 2. I need 9, right? And this is why I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me do all of these, because this is a lot of butterflies. So I've got 4 there. 4. 5, 6. The rest of those are on there. 8, 9. So it's like I had just enough butterflies for this. And I'm going to switch to my little scissors so that I can do this real quick. Squirt it with hairspray. It will make the glitter stay. Well, we're fixing to Mod Podge them. So we'll see if that'll lock it in. It'll probably dull the glitter, but at this point, I don't really care because it's getting everywhere. It'll end up in our bed, stuck to a sock. And then Scott will say, "Are you doing something with glitter today?" Some people love fussy cutting. Me, not so much. Which is bad because I've got quite the collection of things that need to be fussy cut and then used. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I found the author of that book's YouTube channel. And I know she hasn't put anything up in a while, but her videos are still there to learn from. So here's a butterfly. Somebody's going to town. I'll cut out about 3 of these, and then I can do 3 at a time. I'll have to put some Mod Podge into a little plastic cup or something. Definitely don't want to get glitter in the Mod Podge, although they do make glitter Mod Podge. I don't know where I got this butterfly decoupage paper. I just came across it when I was cleaning up. Got a message in. Honey, stay down. There's nothing up here for you right now. Stay down. Go somewhere else. Won't you go outside? I don't have a basket up here right now. Honey, the door's open. Just go. Go. She's like, but ew, Howard's out there. I don't want to be with Howard. I want to be in the window. Well, these are cutting out pretty easy. There's a butterfly there. So I'm going to put butterflies on these. And then, good morning, Mama Juju. If you step on one of these cards, Callie, it's got glue and glitter on it. So I've got some work cut out for me after I get signed off to find out if these folks still have channels that are still a-going. Because this was from 2017 when we did this challenge swap. And I made everybody sent in 2 prompt cards. And I made a copy of the duplicates so that the winner got all of the prompts and I got all of the prompts. That's how that was done. So I ended up making another full deck of cards. So I would have some of the original prompts that were sent in, as well as the ones I made myself. I hope that made sense. Probably not, but it's all good. I said I wasn't going to make you guys wait on me to cut these butterflies, but it seems to be going quicker than I thought it would. Although those tiny ones may take a sec. Although the bigger ones have more detail to cut in and out and around. Oh, my neighbor's getting ready to go. You can hear his pickup truck started up. All right, I'll wait and do these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've done 3. And I'll cut those others out in a minute. We put this back in the jar. So we've got 1 here. These need to dry some more. 1, 2, 3. We'll just set these back up here. Let me get the Mod Podge and something to put it in. Oh, that's so wet. Oh, it's tissue. I guess I need a little spoon or something to dip that out with. Hang on. have is plastic forks. This ought to prove interesting. It's like eating soup with a fork. Let's get some Mod Podge out with a fork. Oh, golly. Ew. Let's stir it a little bit. It's got... Oh, that's not good. Oh my gosh. It's got solids in it. Oh well, I'll have to work around those. It might be easier to pour it. What do you think? Because that fork ain't working. All right, I'm going to give it a go. The worst I'll do is make a horrendous mess. My Mod Podge is full of solids. It's nasty. It's getting old. That's the problem. I've had this for years. Since we were still up in Greenville is when I bought this. So yeah, it's been a long time. Now, I don't want to accidentally grab the paintbrush, so I'm going to move it back. And I've got my glue brush here. I also have matte medium, so if I need to, we'll see how this is going to work. Because even this brush is disgusting. Oh my gosh. And I am not going to keep you guys but a minute longer here. So I'm going to put some Mod Podge on the back of the butterfly. And then we'll stick him down. Oh man. I don't know. It's been so long since we played a game that I am out of practice of doing this. Good enough. We're going to say that one's good enough and set it aside before I mess it up even worse. You can hear the birds. They're welcoming it the day. Between the birds and then all the traffic picking up outside. We used to have a school bus go down in front of the house, but we don't have any little kids on the street that are school age right now. They're younger. It's younger families moving in now. We were the younger family 30 years ago. And bam, that time's passed. Scott and I will be celebrating our 40th wedding anniversary next month. I think we're going to visit the Knoxville, Chattanooga area of Tennessee because we never took a real honeymoon. So we just went to New York to see the family up there. So Scott could meet my extended family because none of them came. They poor as church mice. They couldn't come down for the wedding. So we went to them. So we've never really had a honeymoon. So we figured we'll do it now for our 40th of sorts. And of course, we're looking for thrift stores. Thrift stores, fabric stores, antique malls, that kind of thing. Oh, gosh. I'm going to set these aside to dry somewhere. And then I'll probably clear coat them with the clear coat once I'm done decorating them. I may add a quote to it as well. So I'll probably sit here and keep cutting butterflies and sticking them down, but I don't want to hold you guys up. You've been sweet to hang with me this long. And I've got glitter on top of the butterfly on that one now. But yeah, it'll be all right. So there's the postcards so far. And again, I'll have 8 to swap. And I will probably, when these are dry, I'll trim the tape away. And I'm going to add some black marker on the edges to cover the white edge up. Good morning, Janet. Janet USA is in the house. So thank you for hanging out with me. I'm going to cut the rest of the butterflies out and glue them down. And then I don't know how I'm going to clean up all of this glitter because quite frankly, it's beyond everywhere now. And I may revisit the stickers since I can't make labels because I dropped the label maker and it's dead. Scott took it apart. I'm going to send some of the parts to Anne for robots. And her and Deb are making robots. So I might send the parts down there to Anne. So anyway, I'm going to let you go. Everybody go grab a fresh cuppa for when Anne comes. Not Anne. Janet Nash comes on in about 30 minutes. Hi, Howard. And I will come back and I'll add the prompts and I'll try to find the links, but I've got to finish this before I do all that. So it'll be a while before the prompts are in the description box and the links to the channels that sent prompts in for this challenge that we did years ago. So bear with me and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.